आधार कार्ड वोटर आईडी इधर
इधर का है.
Happy morning to all of you. Yeah. Okay. Today we are talking about a very important topic. What we say, confidence building. See, most of the time, what happens in our daily routine, we will need to execute lot of actions. When we are executing certain actions, we automatically start feeling maybe I am not that confident. But when you ask yourself, if I am trying to do something which is repetitive, that means I have done it yesterday, I have done it day before yesterday, I have done it a day before that, then if somebody asks you, are you confident enough to do it, we always say yes. So somewhere when we look at what is confidence, confidence directly is proportional to the number of experience that we have executing the same kind of work. Where is our confidence hindered? Our confidence is hindered when we experience what is called as a fear. I think all of you would have heard that when a particular action is being given to you to perform, you will always think, will I be able to do it? But if you go back to your memory and if you say, in the past I have done multiple things like this, that builds up confidence. So, confidence is lack of experience, that's all. Confidence always says that I have a lack of experience. It could be a practice experience or it could be an execution experience. Both, if I lack, I will always come down with my confidence. Right now, I'll give you a simple scenario. All of you have walked in here. Now, how many of you can walk back to the entrance right from here? All of you will say, yes, all of us can. Now, I say, it is very dark. There are no lights. You will have to walk back. Few of you will say, maybe I may not be comfortable doing it. And again I will say, there is a fire. Actually it is not a fire which is going to harm you, but there is a lot of smoke. Even if you want to see, if you open your eyes, nothing will be visible. How many of you would like to go and touch the entrance and come? None of you will say yes. Why? The same action, but the resistance was different. So when the resistance changes which you are not used to, you will definitely say I am not confident enough. But a fire drill exercise has been given to you, not once, in a year, at least 3 times, because this particular place where there are a lot of electrical equipments, there are always chances prone to electrical failures and fire may automatically happen many a times. Gauging this kind of an atmosphere, what if a fire brigade will do, they will start training you multiple times, at least in a year 3 times. Even if there is a fire, how you will have to go to the entrance and see to it everybody else is also taken to the entrance. Now a drill is being given. For first time the drill was successful, everybody did it on time. The second time the drill was successful, third time the drill was successful. Now on the 4th attempt, if somebody says, can you do it, your confidence is automatically high. So, our confidence is directly proportional to either the practice or the experience that we have in the past. Now, when we are encountering the different kinds of situations in our life, how do we actually work on our building of confidence? For that reason only, training sessions will be conducted. Right now, a training session like this is conducted just to build up confidence in various verticals. If there is a new technology that has been introduced, your confidence level is high. So what do? We do what is called as confidence building exercise. What is confidence building exercise? You have been trained not only theoretically, even practically, so that you will start gaining exposure. When you start gaining exposure, your confidence automatically goes up. Right now, when I came here, for the first time, I am actually looking at all of you. All the faces are new to me. For me, I am experiencing what is called as a fear. So when we are talking about confidence, let us also speak about fear. What is fear? Fear is an indication that I am experiencing something which I have not experienced earlier. After I give you 11 o'clock to 11:20 break, and when you guys come at 11:20, I will be much more confident because I have already experienced you for 1.5 hours. So right now I am also experiencing difficulty because I don't know how all of you are going to receive me, whether you are definitely going to understand me, and am I doing justice to whatever Murugarajan sir has told me to do, or will I be actually successful in today's talk? There is a lot of questioning happening right now in me. it is creating lot of disturbance. Fear creates lot of disturbance. My throat is going dry. I am feeling butterflies in my stomach. Maybe my hands and legs are shaking. None of you are noticing it. Why? I am experiencing fear. It's common. What does that experiencing of fear is? It is an indication I am trying to do something which I have never done earlier. But after 11, the same body, the same mind will start feeling confident and the fear will drastically come down, or there would not be any fear at all because I have already experienced it. So when we talk about confidence, we will also talk about fear. Fear is an indication that you are experiencing something for the first time. And after you multiple times experience this fear, slowly this fear also comes down. I'll take up a simple example to make you understand in a better manner. When all of us have to go on the dais and speak in front of public, there is something what we experience that is called as a fear. What does that fear say? I am experiencing somebody for the first time. But as a trainers, when you were taking class, on the first day you definitely felt the fear, but on the nth day, maybe after 30 days or after 45 days, after 90 days, your confidence level is so high that you just walk in and you simply go and start expressing yourself. Automatically the students are impressed. Why? Because you have experienced the fear. So one of the best confidence building exercises, let us realize that whenever I am performing something for the first time, whenever my mind and body is experiencing something for the first time, he experiences what is called as a fear. How do I handle that fear? Because I need to build confidence. I need to handle that fear by giving that experience of fear to yourself and slowly allowing the fear to come down on its own, because you cannot push him to come down. What should I do? I should go and act confidence. Here we speak about 3 E rules. The first one is, when I am encountering or when I am executing a certain task which I have never executed earlier, I experience what is called as a fear. Even for the first time when you had to talk to your wife, could-be wife, a fiancée, I think you were stammering because you were not so comfortable. The same thing would have experienced, she also would have experienced. But today you are at ease because you are very confident that you can always talk to her without any hesitation. Why? Because you have already experienced it multiple times. So the 3 E rules of actually managing fear and building up confidence says, the first E is acknowledge the fear. I am experiencing the fear. Let me acknowledge, yes, I am experiencing the fear. Let me not fight back the fear because I cannot fight it back. Let me acknowledge, yes, मुझे तो डर लग रहा है. Okay, when you experience fear, try to explore what exactly the fear is doing. The fear creates some biological changes in you. Now, not a physical, everything is logical. You will start feeling that you are gone, your throat is going to dry. It's a common experience. You will start feeling that there are butterflies in your stomach. Maybe you will feel like using the restroom very often, and you may feel very thirsty also. These are few changes it is going to bring, but will these changes be permanent? No, it is only temporary. All fear which comes stays for some time and slowly it goes off. But what we do, we don't allow it to go off. Before it can go off, you quit that entire execution of the job only. That is where we feel miserable. Again, to put it back in simple terms, if I need confidence, I'll have to overcome fear. In order to overcome fear, I will have to naturally allow the fear to come down. How will I naturally allow the fear to come down? I will have to experience the fear. When I am experiencing the fear, let me acknowledge, yes, I am experiencing the fear. When I am experiencing the fear, ask yourself, what is that fear actually doing? He is making few biological, logical changes in your mind and body. And after you have acknowledged, yes, मुझे तो डर लग रहा है, वो इधर कुछ बदलाव कर रहा है, उसके बाद में क्या? After that, nothing. Slowly, it just goes off. Most of the time, our confidence is actually going to come low because of the fear we avoid executing that job. What we do, we run away from that place. Somebody calls you on a dais, can you introduce the speakers onto the dais? You say, no, let my friend do. There is a project, would you be ready to take up? No, let my friend do. Why? Because there is a fear. What is that fear? You are again allergic to the word called as failure. Confidence building is not happening because all of us are allergic to the word failure. Where will our confidence be high? Our confidence will be high where you 100% know I can execute it flawlessly. But all of us should understand, if you need one success, you need multiple failures also. Most of us do not want failures, we directly want success. That's not going to happen. Again, I am telling you, behind every success, there is multiple failures. When you have executed that multiple failures with confidence, that is when a success is going to hit you. In confidence building, if at all I am allergic to the word failure, then how will I actually experience success? Because there is no permanent success, there is no permanent failure. Today you have failed, tomorrow you are going to fail, but you make one more attempt, one more way in a different environment. Slowly a day would come where you will actually be a winner. That winning attitude has to be there with you. Seeking for that winning attitude, you should be ready to fail. That is what is going to build us confidence. Now, why confidence building is required? How do we build our confidence? How to build confidence? Importance of confidence building. We will start looking at it, taking some scenario. When I am talking about this coach had a biggest challenge. One was he had to build confidence in himself, and then he had to build the same confidence in the team. So self-motivating and self-confidence building is also most important, and then you can always put it across to others. See, when we had to bring a team like this, who were from the different parts of the country, you had to bring them together, you had to build confidence that they can work together, you had to build so much of confidence that they can trust each other, and only then they could win the World Cup. Even when we talk about this Argentina's win in the World Cup football, it was the entire team's confidence. When a ball is being taken by me and when I am just running very close to the goal post, I know I cannot hit the goal because there are two players who are attacking me, but my friend who is going to run there, I am confident that he is going to pick up the ball and he is going to put a goal. That confidence I have, so I kick the ball towards him, the ball goes, hits him, and the goal is done. This confidence building is important. When somebody is going to jump from the top, they should be having a confidence not only on themselves, they should also have the confidence on the team of these firemen that they will catch me without harming me when the firemen are holding something cushioning and they say, please jump, nothing shall happen to you. So that confidence building is important. So he personally had to build confidence that I can win the World Cup for the first hockey team. Yes, that confidence he had to have, and then he had to imbibe this confidence in each and every team. So when we are also working as a team, our weakest or the strength of the team or the weaknesses of the team depends on the weakest link. If there is one weak link, then the entire team is going to suffer badly. That is the reason if there is a weak link, either train him and make him better or replace him. There is no other alternative. So if you need the team to be confident, you cannot have weak links there. You will have to, as far as possible, remove all the weak links and keep the team strong, because the strength of the team is equivalent to the weakest link. The strength of the team is not equivalent to the strongest link. It is equivalent to the weakest link, because the opposition are going to attack the weakest link. When you watch this Chak De India, you can always see there was a lot of egoism between them and there was a lot of internal competition between them. So there were two such players who wanted to hit as maximum goals as possible. So whenever the ball came to themselves, they never gave or passed the ball to somebody else, because they knew by passing the ball, she's going to hit the goal and my goal count is going to come down. This was an unhealthy way of playing the game. Now, the confidence building of the team manager or the coach was to imbibe trust in each other. And sometimes she did not pass the ball when the coach asked, "Aapko ball pass karna tha." Then she says, "Sir, mujhe mere pe bharosa hai, lekin mujhe us pe bharosa nahi hai. I feel I can still take the ball and hit the goal, but I don't trust if I pass the ball, she's going to convert it into a goal. So that is where I am lacking. Build me confidence. Tell me that she can hit the goal. I shall pass the ball to her." That is where the coach had to build confidence in every one of them confidence in each other, confidence with each other. A family is going to become an healthy family only when we have confidence with each other. A wife should have confidence with his husband, and an husband should have confidence with his wife. So when that cordial confidence is there, then as a team the family is going to start growing in a very happy manner. So that is what we wanted to say. Now let us take up one more example. Yes, when we talk about Lagan, it may not be a true story, but this was a true story. Even in this, as a captain, his responsibility was to imbibe confidence in every team member, imbibe trust in every team member, and see to it finally the goal was achieved. So when you are executing any kind of an activity in your training division, NSTI, the first thing would be building up confidence within yourself, so that you are confident we can win this World Cup, and then you take it to the team, and then you will have to build confidence. Now, is it true that we are always going to be confident? No. Our confidence sometimes keeps coming down, and sometimes it goes up, sometimes it comes down, sometimes it goes up. So, enacting confidence is very, very important. Again, I am telling you, do you think we can always keep consistent confidence forever? No. Just like our mood swings, our confidence also swings. At one moment we will feel we can win the world, at another moment we will start feeling forget about winning the world, I cannot win this simple task. You will immediately start feeling down. But what is confidence? Confidence is not having confidence, also exhibiting confidence is called as confidence. Like when I say Army, Navy and Air Force, they are very courageous. When I say they are very courageous, courage does not mean they don't have fear. Courage means though they have the fear, they are ready to face. We don't know which bullet is having a name of mine when I go for an encounter with the outside world at the bordering, and I don't know any moment the bullet can hit me and I am going to be no more. I know this. Knowing that I exhibit what is called as braveness, that is called as courageous. Here also when I say confidence, you will have to act confidence. Yes. Only when you have confidence, the team will start reciprocating that confidence. If you start missing out, the team also will miss out. That is what happened in yesterday's game. For Sri Lanka, 300 plus runs was never a difficult task. But when the first two players lost the confidence, the openers who are going to build a humongous confidence in the start of the match, if they fail miserably, the same thing will start reflecting in every one of them, and slowly the confidence drops. You should be able to encounter that and then come back, bounce back, what we call it as, but that may not always happen because we sometimes feel we are low in confidence. But still, after being low, you should not exhibit that your incapabilities. Please do not exhibit your not confidence. Pretend confidence, and slowly confidence will start happening. Let me see how we could do that. Even when we talk about this beautiful real story, when a father who failed as being a wrestler, his only ambition was he wanted to see his daughters wrestle and get some medals for the country. Look at the kind of confidence what he had to have. And one is a masculine gender, he had to pick up a feminine gender for wrestling which was not so supportive in India, and then build them to a level where they can actually win over anybody and get medals to the country. That is the kind of confidence you will have to exhibit. When somebody asks him, don't you feel sometimes your children are incapable? Sometimes I feel, but I will never exhibit that in front of them. I will always tell they can, and when I project this they can, they definitely shall. So when we are handling students, you will have to exhibit that capability of confidence always. It has to be kept constant. So that is the line. Whenever we look at the hierarchy of an organization, they always say when you are low in confidence, it is always to be exhibited to the higher ups, not to the lower ups. You don't go to the players and say, as a captain today I think we are not going to win this game, we are going to miserably fail. That is a very bad way of actually exhibiting yourself. You should always go to higher ups and say, if at all you are feeling low in confidence. So when it is positiveness, it should go down line. When it is negativeness, it should go up line. You can go to the coach, you can talk to him. I don't know why today I'm not feeling that confidence. Can you give me some inputs? Can you build some confidence? And what the coach will say, he will take up a lot of examples where the team has faced nearly 300 runs and they have actually won over. Like that, what the coach will do, he will create a superiority complex in the person by telling him lot of achievements that he had done in the past, so that he gets pushed and he automatically starts feeling confidence. And he says, now you go, you can hit a century and come back. Same thing happened with Virat Kohli also. When you look at Virat Kohli's performance, the last 3 centuries, I'm not talking about that. Before that, he had a very bad phase of 6 months. So when he approached the coach told, take a break, build confidence. How will he build confidence? First, by resting yourself and introspecting whatever I was doing, was it right? It can give you a lot of clarity. And with that lot of clarity, he continues to practice, go to the practice session regularly, and finally when he comes back, he was consistently able to hit 3 centuries. So that happened because confidence building exercise happened from the coach also. The coach sometimes instructs him, you will have to do this and then jump back. It's going to work miracles for you, and it really worked miracles, because always everybody's growth is not going to be like this. There will be slump. So the greatness of a leader is sometimes when he is low in confidence also, he has a hacked confidence in front of the subordinates. That itself is more than enough to motivate the subordinates, and things automatically happen. Why I say things automatically happen is, let us understand a simple logic. Is there anything that we can do on our own strength? When I practically ask this question, is that anything or that I can do on my own? If I really need to answer it in a spiritual manner, there is nothing I can do on my own. Then how is it happening? Everything is happening because of Thy will. I can never even wink my eye without His will, and for everything that is happening in you, He is a co-author. For everything that is happening in you, He is a co-author and you are also an author. That means He and you put together, miracles are possible. Most of the time, our confidence goes low because for the first time we start forgetting that everything till now was achieved by me only. Means nothing of him, everything of me. When we start feeling like that, our confidence will come down. That is when the coach says, all this time when you hit the century, who was with you? He was there with you, and He has helped you to hit the centuries. This time also He will be with you. Have confidence in yourself. Go on fire. And then Bhagwan aapko bala kare. Go. That faith is also required. Most of the time when we execute what we call it as remarkable things, it is just because of the faith what we have in whatever we want to achieve. Sometimes when we doubt our faith, we cannot achieve things. So there is a beautiful statement where we say, where there is a will, there is a way. All of you have heard this? Where there is a will, there is a way. But let me always say, there is always a way. Ask yourself, do you have a will? What is that will? That will is nothing but confidence. He had to just decide, I'm going to get medals from my daughter. He had a will. Way automatically started opening. I did not have a place for myself to coach them. He coached in his own garden, in his own farm. I did not have enough equipments to actually give them the cushioning when they need to practice. He took on the upstairs, he brought a lot of what we call it as beds. He just spreaded those beds and he started giving them practice. So again I'm telling, there is always a way. Do you have a will? That will is what we call it as confidence. When somebody is going to invest time consistently on any one particular vertical, automatically he keeps growing in that vertical. That's all. You take few baby steps, rest he is going to do. Most of the time we miss out on confidence because we forget He is co-authoring our destiny, and most of the time we feel everything is done by us. Let me share this beautiful story because in confidence building it is very much required. There was a learned person, a learned personality. He decides that he wanted to end his life. sometimes when you have done enough good to the society and when you are a great follower of a God, even the thought process comes to you, enough, I have lived my life. God knows that you need to be picked up, and he is being picked up. As he is being picked up, he is observing his entire journey. What is his journey? From the time he was born till the time of his death, he is observing his journey. When he is observing his journey, during easy times, during happy times, you could see a footpath, means a walking path of two pairs. That means as two people have walked the path. But when he was in difficult times, he only sees there is one pair of path, that means a walking footprint. He is confused. I always wanted God when I was in difficulty. Na? When I was in difficulty, I am walking all alone. And when I was happy, somebody is walking with me. I don't understand this. The soul is having this question. As it reaches the heaven, the door opens, and when the question was about to be fired, God says, I have an answer for you. My loving son, when it was easy times, you were so happy, you even did not think of actually calling me or remembering me for whatever the happiness you had. So what I did, I was just walking along with you. But I always remember when you were in difficulty, the moment the difficulty hit you, you started calling for my help, you started praying for me, and I had to help you. You were so tired and you were so let off that you did not even have energy to walk on yourself. So the footprints what you see when you were in difficulty was my footprint, because I carried you along the difficult times. Always remember, if you have faith in God, when problem comes, he will simply carry you along. But if you forget he is going to help you, then nobody can help you. Always everything is happening because of his will. He and you put together, miracles are going to be possible. And let me share one more beautiful thing, because we speak about Mahabharata. So somebody asked Krishna, when you can actually know what is going to happen, what shall happen, and what has happened in the past, what shall happen in the future, don't you feel you had all the rights to go and stop the gambling? He told, I would have done it. Why didn't you do it? One of the great the disciple, before he could enter the cabin, he told Krishna, you please don't come. What really happened, when people were called for gambling, Arjuna goes inside, then Yudhishthira goes inside, Bhima also goes inside. Everybody, when they step inside this gambling hall, everybody throw a prayer to Krishna and say, Krishna, we are gambling, we are doing something wrong. That is what Yudhishthira says, and he gets inside. And next Bhima also says the same thing. Krishna in Barbeda, Krishna, you please don't come. आप मत आओ, हम लोग कुछ गलती कर रहे हैं. आप मत आओ, हम लोग कुछ गलती कर रहे हैं. And he also enters. Then comes Bhima. के बाद Duryodhana, Arjun also says, Krishna, you please don't come. If you see me gambling, you can never actually feel comfortable. And then Nakula Sahadeva also tell the same thing, and he says, when 5 of them have prayed telling me not to come, I had not to come. I had decided I shall not come. Then why did you come? I came because somebody called, and our prayers was much more powerful than these. And sometimes look at our faith. Our faith is 50%, 25% of me, 75% of God. Or no, 50% of me, 50% of God. Or 75% of me, 25% of God. Nothing like that shall work. Nothing of me and everything of him shall work. It so happens, when you look at Dushasana looks like a bouncer. If you have gone to any of the pubs, you will see there will be big FP bouncers who would have created their body so healthy and very strong that just if they push, you will go and fall at least 8 feet away. That is the kind of a power they would be having, because they would have created the body for that purpose. That was the kind of a personality this Dushasana was. When Draupadi was actually pulled into the Sabha, when Draupadi's sari was tried to be undressed, Draupadi knows that for that kind of a power, I cannot do anything. So what she does, she holds on to everything and says, everything I will handle, oh Krishna. And Krishna says, if everything you can handle, ma, call me with more intensity. And then what she leaves, she holds on to one hand on the sari and one hand up and she says, oh Krishna, please help me. And he says, Amma, now also you are 50% following me. And finally she realizes, I cannot hold on to this. He only has to come. And just she leaves, closes her eyes and says, hey Ram, hey Krishna, hey Krishna, hey Krishna. And that miracle happens. Yudhishthira was feeling bad, she's calling Krishna, and they also knew, Krishna, you only can help. A thought process goes from Yudhishthira, Krishna, you should only help. Bhima says, Krishna, you should only help. Arjuna says, Krishna, you should only help. Nakula Sahadeva says, Krishna, you should only help. The same 5 people who told you should not come, they and Draupadi put together when they call for Krishna, and the Krishna comes. And rest of the story all of us know. So when we talk about confidence building, look at the kind of confidence what he should have when he executed so many things which was not done by his past prime ministers. Let it be demonetization. The confidence level has to be very high in order to implement demonetization, because when any change is brought in the system, it is going to affect a few, and those few who are going to be affected, they are not going to keep quiet. They are going to shout at the top of their voice, something wrong has happened. A daringness is required to take up that voluntarily and say, I shall take up the critics, let us go with demonetization. A great choice was made by Modi ji. It was not that demonetization is not a part of a system. It has to be a part of any kind of an economic system. The notes has to be changed after every 10-15 years, so that duplications can be stopped and a lot of negatives can be stopped. To take up that, he requires a very high level of confidence. Confidence is very high? No. He is acting confident because he knows it is going to fire him back. When it fires back, I am ready to take up the critics. He tells the system, please go ahead, I am going to announce the demonetization. When GST was introduced, there were a lot of such transactions who were in a comfort zone without GST. The moment the GST was introduced, it is definitely going to help the larger self, but there will be one kind of a segment who are going to be dented because of this GST. Definitely yes. But it requires a daringness to take up such a call that telling for a larger cause, few of them can be handled quite differently. Let us go with GST. When Pulwama attack happened, every time Pakistanis came, they intercepted us and then they attacked us. There was no looking back, and we as Indians were always telling, "वो लोग आ गए, मार गए, चले गए, आ गए, मार गए, चले गए." For the first time, we wanted our leader to take a pay call. अगर वो लोग घुस के मारेंगे, तो हम लोग भी घुस के ही उन्हें मारेंगे. That kind of a act to perform. Do you know how much of confidence he should have? Because you should be ready to face the critics. What could be the critics? All those army men who are actually affiliated into the neighboring country. What if we had even one loss of life? He was answerable to their family. He was answerable to the decision what he made. Because of this decision, something wrong also happened. But he was daring enough to say, let us go. Jo bhi hoga, let it be on me. And he take up a stand. That is what I call it as confidence. When the world was speaking about the earlier whatever pandemic that we faced, there were millions of deaths. Let me take up a simple leprosy, Kushtroga, what we call in Kannada. Leprosy was such a big disaster which happened to India, or even polio was such a big disaster which happened to India. During the time of leprosy in Calcutta and most of the cities, the patients were thrown out because they knew it is going to be a contagious disease and it is going to spread. So every family, when they had a patient, they used to throw him out. And they used to close the door and they used to be safeguarded from the patients. That is the kind of inhuman treatment what we did in the past. Somebody is really questioning what was the government doing when these leprosy patients were left to die on the streets of Calcutta. Do you think one Mother Teresa had to come to take care of them? A question has been still asked. We may say so many things about Mother Teresa, but a lady who took up a charge and she told, look at her confidence level. I am going to help every leprosy patient across the universe. She makes up decisions and she takes up that stand and she starts so many hospitals, chain of hospitals across the globe. It requires what is called as high level of confidence. And what was the government doing? The same thing was anticipated. Forget about China. The second highly populated country is India. India is going to see every family or every house will have 1 or 2 dead bodies lying in front of their house. Nobody to take care. That is what was told. But look at this confidence. It changed the entire thought process only. When somebody was infected, he was put inside, all of us came out. He was given a quarantine place and all of us came out and we actually exhibited what is called as humanity. Multiple such hospitals were built so that these people could be welcomed. Your disease, please come, we have a place for you. Your disease, you have symptoms, please come. If it is symptoms also, we have a place for you. He defined the place and he made it so beautiful that we did not see so many deaths on the streets. Everywhere they were inside. That humanity was expressed and that is the confidence of Modi ji. If we go on, there are a lot of things we can speak about them. And definitely yes, when we talk about this great lady, it was during this Calcutta leprosy time only, where she came in an exchange program and look at her confidence. She took up a decision, I am going to help enough patients. And she did it. Today, missionaries of charities are built all across the globe. And she is the only Indian who is being conveyed sainthood. Sainthood means just like she is one of the person from God himself. That is what was exhibited. So, and when we talk about this confidence also, very high level of confidence. See, when we look at this before independence, means before the thought process of I should get independence to India and after the thought process of I should get independence to India, we see two different personalities. One was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and one more was Mahatma Gandhi. As a Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi asked what negative he did not do. Did he not smoke? Yes. Did he not drink? Yes. Did he not steal? Yes. Did he not tell a lies? Yes. He was a part of every negative. Once he was pushed into the compartment of a train where helplessly he got into the compartment because it was a moving compartment. It was a South Africa. He was supposed to go to a court. It was getting late. As he was on a moving train, he did not realize what compartment he is getting into. He just gets into that particular bogie. As soon as he gets into that particular bogie, he realizes that this was meant for the whites and something which was meant for the blacks, that means for the slaves, was the next one. He was helpless. He knew he was going to be ill-treated. Not even disturbing anybody, he goes to one corner and he sits there just like a street dog, is sitting there out of fear what these people may do. And they ill-treat him so badly and they push him out of that moving train. Only two thought process comes to him. One, I should commit suicide. Enough of my living. I should commit suicide. And one more thought process comes. I'm not only going to chase these Britishers out of the South Africa, I'm also going to chase these Britishers out of India. One of the great writers says, which were many such turning points which actually made Britishers leave India. One of the turning point was the ill-treatment exhibited towards this Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was one of the turning point why Britishers had to leave. So when we are talking about all this, look at this person's confidence where he comes from South Africa and he says, we are going to chase the Britishers out of India. How? We are going to use what is called as ahimsa. People ridiculed it. What kind of nonsense are you talking about, Bapuji? What? Do you know how cruel these Britishers are and you are going to chase them with ahimsa? Not even shedding their blood? It's not going to happen. People ridiculed him day in, day out, but he did not give up. His confidence never came down. Days passed, months passed, years passed. After 20-25 years, he was able to see to it that Britishers had no other option but to live in India. People who ridiculed him started becoming a follower of himself. That is what is exhibition of confidence. Yes, people are going to speak against you. But after you exhibit that consistent confidence of, I want to achieve this, people will simply follow. Let me share a beautiful incident of Mother Teresa also. When Mother Teresa decides that she wanted to start multiple hospitals, it was in Calcutta. There is an NG Road in Calcutta also, where she has few volunteers who wear this white clothes. They will have some banners written which displays people with leprosy being treated, kids with leprosy being treated. And in front of that banner there will be a lot of volunteers who just stop the passers-by and they will say, please help us, we want to start free hospitals. And this is how the collection has been happening, and that is how they built so many chain of hospitals. It so happened that there was one such businessman who had a very bad meeting, and he was coming out of a luxury hotel. He had a very bad meeting. When he was coming out of luxury hotel, he was completely upset and he just wanted to go in the car and drive home and then take rest. As he was moving, these group of volunteers, they stop him and they say, excuse me sir, you seem to be a businessman, can you please help these leprosy patients? We want to start free hospitals for them. Because he was already disturbed, he gets annoyed and he shouts on the top of his voice, you idiots, you don't have any work to do, you come like beggars begging. He says, one of the volunteer told, agar dena hai to do, nahi dena hai to chupke chalo, bao mat khao. Everybody will say that. He got still more angry and he was passing by. As he was talking to them, he was looking back and he was saying, you people, you don't have any mannerism at all. And he was coming. All of a sudden he turns like this, here is Mother Teresa. He and Mother Teresa, they are looking at each other. Mother Teresa is having a white ball and she says, sorry, I think I stopped your way. Sir, please, can you help? We want to build free hospitals for these leprosy patients. She was under a peak of anger. He did not know what he was doing. She was having a ball. He spits onto that ball and he wanted to run away. He spits. He just wanted to move. As soon as he spits, you and me would have told all the bad words in our dictionary. But look at that Mother Teresa. She picks up a white kerchief, she wipes that spit, folds it. I will have this, I'm happy with this. But can you help those poor? That man could not handle himself. He just outbursts and he is in tears and he says, what kind of a lady are you? Shout, say something, I cannot take this if you are going to keep mum. And he says, why should I? Something has happened to you. That is the reason you are behaving angrily. The confidence at which she expressed, nothing could stop. This is what we say confidence. Was he not dangerous? Yes. The confidence at which you go and encounter the situation will decide whether it is going to fall on your side or on the opposite side. Most of the time it might fall on the opposite side, but there are many a times it will fall on your side. You should be ready to take up the chance. All of you would have heard that Anguli Rama, who used to cut those thumb and then wear it as. Buddha was advised, oh Buddha ji, kya? Idhar mat jao. आपका दो अंगूठा है ना, आने के बाद दो भी नहीं रहेगा. And he says, no, I don't care. He just goes. The confidence at which he went and he encountered that person, that is what is going to decide who is going to become the winner. That's all. The confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey is going to define the journey. So let me act confidence. I need to act confidence. And let me know that for my confidence, I alone am not responsible. Who is responsible? He who is there in me. Let me not forget He is always there in me. The day I forget He is there in me, I will lose my confidence. I will start thinking everything has been handled by me. Even when you go to a surgery, the surgeon says, I am doing the surgery, but I still feel he is getting the surgery done by me through these hands. So I pray for him, oh God, help me in this operation. Uri surgical strike, they had to go. Har Har Mahadev, they told and they went in. Because they told we are going for a surgical strike, but we don't know what might happen. You are there in me, that is the trust what I have. And I am going to go with this faith. Anything happens, you are going to take care of me. And I go. And every time a border, it's a security force, when he is bordering our country, you don't know which ice is going to fall. Just like this Anmantappa who was from Karnataka, he was buried under a hill of ice. Hill means at least 10 storage of ice, 10 storage building of ice mountain collapses on him. And he was alive for 7 days. Just to say how actually we are so powerful in our faith. and after that he dies. That is what we call it as confidence. Har Har Mahadev बोल के चलना होता है. You should also exhibit the same kind of confidence. Now we will speak about the great Chanakya also, because we are all teachers. Look at the confidence level of Chanakya. He challenges his friend and he says, I will pick up a street boy and I am going to make him an emperor. Anybody can become an emperor was his challenge. But to actually exhibit the confidence in what that Chandragupta, a boy who was playing on the streets, that too he was playing a goalie, and he picks him up and he says, I am going to make you an emperor. Look at this confidence and look at the kind of confidence he would have put into Chandragupta. That is what you and me will have to be. Today when we talk about personality development classes or confidence building classes, most of us take an extract from this Chanakya Niti only. Chanakya has written a lot of things about how you could build up confidence, how you could grow in confidence on a self level, and how you could exhibit that confidence and share that confidence and build others' confidence. Both are very, very important. So we will go to what is confidence building. The first and the foremost is, when we say confidence building is an inner drive for success. Confidence building is much easier to sustain if you have a clear dreams and goals. Most of the time, when we don't have goals, our confidence is low. But when our goals are very clear, confidence is going to be very high. So it depends on whether the goal is set and whether you want to achieve it. Whether there is a willingness to achieve or there is a non-willingness to achieve, that is going to define confidence. I'll take up a simple example. Imagine yourself at home and there is section 144 in your city. What is section 144? Shoot at sight. When it was simple section also, you will dare to go outside, you will say, no, the police will unnecessarily charge me. I don't want to go even without an helmet. Traffic man is going to charge me. When you are so much imbibed by following the rules, and when it was section 144, do you think you are going to break the rule? No. But it also depends on what is the goal that has been set. Whether there is a willingness, come what may, I will have to do. That is also important. Your confidence is going to be directly proportional to the goals. Now your only sweet daughter, who is of 4 years old, she vomits and you see there is blood in her vomit. She vomits and you see there is a blood in her vomit. Before that, you never wanted to even open the door, but right now the goal has been set. When your daughter is vomiting blood, you know there is nothing doing, you will have to take her to the hospital. Your goal has been set. Your confidence, this is a willingness womb. That means from this willingness womb, you have already decided, come what may, my daughter should see the doctor in another 20 minutes. You have already decided. So what will you do? You will not care whether it is section 177 or 144. You will pick your daughter, put her into the car, you will tell your wife, join me, and you will be on the steering and you will go. The first argument will stop you. Your confidence will be low? No. Sir, I am breaking the rule, you can kill me. Because if you don't kill me, I will definitely kill myself if anything happens to my daughter. What happened to your daughter? My daughter just puked blood. What will the army man say? I will join you. Come. That is what we say confidence. So when the goal is set, your confidence is very high. When the goal is not set, your confidence is low. That is the reason when you set a goal, when you have a clear-cut goal, you will always go with a lot of confidence. When the goal is not set, you will automatically fall for everything. When you don't stand for something, you will automatically fall for everything. That is where your confidence becomes low. That is one. Without clear-cut goals, it's easy to bounce back. When you have clear goals, it's easy for me to bounce back between other people and ideas. But if I don't have a goal, I will fall for everything. When I have a goal and goal is very, very clear, I will never fall for anything. These are the basic understanding. Where is confidence building? Just now I told, confidence building is required where there is painful act. Okay, confidence building is not required where there is a pleasurable act. Right now, if I am offering you jamun and rasgulla, to eat the jamun and rasgulla, do I need to build your confidence? No, it automatically happens. To wake you up early in the morning at 4 o'clock for exercising, I need to build confidence. To ask you to memorize everything that I tell, I need to build your confidence. Why? All these are not a pleasurable experience. Whatever is painful experience, that is where you require confidence. Whatever is a pleasurable experience, you definitely don't need confidence. Like if I want to sleep, you don't need confidence. If I want to eat, no confidence. Watching TV, no confidence. Watching movie, no confidence. Where do I need confidence? All painful doings you need confidence. Studying, exercising, writing, attending classes, reading, coming and taking sessions, accepting a project, trying to travel. All this is a painful experience. Where painful experience are there, you need confidence building. So what does that mean? Let us understand God also plays a beautiful trick. What is that trick? God, in initial pleasure, He keeps a permanent pain in future. And in initial pain, God keeps a permanent pleasure in future. Let me make you understand. All of us are between 45, 50, 55. Between 40 to 50, 55. That is the age group all of us are. Now, keeping ourselves healthy is very important. All of us know this. Do we know or not? All of us know this. But are we willing to do that at any cost? No. I will say tomorrow get up early in the morning at 4 o'clock, go for walking, go for yoga, go for exercising. You will fix an alarm, but will you get up at 4 o'clock? No. Why? Your choice between pleasure and pain always acts to take up pleasure. What is that pleasure? Sleeping early in the morning is a pleasurable experience. It gives you such a thrill and you want to sleep and you don't want to get up. Why? The cause was your health. But what if it is something else? I will give you one more situation where the willingness is come what may, I will have to get up. Nothing can stop you. What is that? Your daughter who is studying in final year engineering, she comes late in the night and she calls you. Papa, are you sleeping? You say, yes ma. What is it? Papa, I just wanted to say tomorrow, early in the morning at 6 o'clock, they have asked me to go to the college. There will be a campus drive. Infosys and Accenture and even Wipro and Tata Consultancy Services, they are coming to conduct interview. Papa, you will have to drop me at 5:30 only, Papa. So we will have to leave this place by 4:45. And you go to sleep. Do you need an alarm to wake your dad tomorrow? No. Your dad is awake at 3 o'clock only. He takes bath, he is ready, he is completely set himself aside. His wife is also, means your parents are also ready. I am talking from the perspective of that daughter. And they come and they knock you the door. And they say, hey, you wanted to go to an interview, na? What happened? Papa, I simply told a lie because I wanted you to get up and go for a walk. Will you go for a walk? Idiot, you spoiled my beautiful sleep. And you go and you sleep. You are not daring to walk. So where confidence building is required? Confidence building is required in all the painful things. Where confidence building is not required, confidence building is not required in all the pleasurable things. So how will I change this? I need to change this because I want to follow positive things. I'll be saying in the future this one. Where is confidence building required? Confidence building is required where you are executing the job within a comfort zone, where you are executing the job outside the comfort zone. Like you are taking a class regularly every day. When you need to take one more that additional class, you don't require confidence building. But if the principal says, excuse me, what? You will have a class tomorrow for all the trainers. All the trainers are going to attend your class and you are going to speak on confidence building, and he keeps the phone. You are so happy, so relaxed. Now your confidence drops down to zero. Tomorrow I will have to stand in front of my own colleagues who are also trainers and teach them what is confidence building. How difficult it is. First only lot of politics is happening. I got a promotion and all of them are unhappy with my promotion. And if I am going to stand on the dais and if I need, you don't know what kind of thought process comes. To say you are not confident, you don't need excuses at all. Excuses simply flow in. Why? You are not willing to do. When there is non-willingness, you will look for excuses. What is excuses? Excuses is a truth in a wrong place. Yes, it is true. There is a lot of politics. People don't like you. Few of them like, few of them don't like you. In front of them, and you will have to stand and try to build confidence of yourself, standing in front of them and try to build their confidence also. Yes, it is a painful experience. It is not your comfort zone. Will you be comfortable? No. The same principal says, hey, tomorrow I think your colleague Ravi, he met with an accident, he is not coming. For the next week, you will have to handle this class. No problem, sir. You will keep, you will be very happy. Why? That's in a comfort zone. Something which is not in a comfort zone is difficult to take. Every time a new decision was executed by our Prime Minister, it was not a comfort zone for him. GST implementation was not a comfort zone. To remove Kashmir section, what is that? 378. It required a lot of confidence. To consistently take up such measures, look at the kind of confidence what is required. So that actually makes a leader out of you, and that makes a Chanakya out of you. So when we talk about confidence building, when it is within the comfort zone, you are always confident. When it is outside the comfort zone, you are a little uncomfortable. Simple birthday celebrations, you are comfortable. You will have to do a marriage of your daughter. The number of participants are not going to be 50 or 60. You are expecting around 1,500 people who are going to attend the marriage. Yes, you require confidence. You require confidence to see to it all the things are executed neatly and professionally. That is what we are going to talk after the break. Now, we have somehow understood what is confidence building, why confidence building is required, how do you be confident, how to build confidence, importance of confidence building. We will talk about all this one by one. Now, whenever we talk about confidence, there are two aspects of confidence. One is confidence building is not only required for others. First, confidence has to be built self. I should be self-motivated. I should have confidence in me in abundance. Only then I can take that confidence and pour onto the outside world. That's the reason if somebody is going to be made a project leader, whom are they going to select? They are going to select that person who feels very, very confident. He is going to be picked and you will say, you are going to become the captain. So, confidence building ke liye, it is very important that you pick up a person to become a leader only when he is confident. Let me share a beautiful incident. All of us are equally talented. Let me put it like this. All of us are equally talented. But that person who keeps climbing the ladder of success is because he always exhibits confidence. That person who keeps climbing the ladder of success is only because he always exhibits confidence. Let me take up a simple example. It was during this 2020 first World Cup. India had never experienced 2020 matches. That means 20 over matches was never experienced by India. Now after IPL, everybody has experienced it. We will not go there. I am talking about the first World Cup. When the first World Cup was announced by International Cricket Association, India had to send a team. Now, India knew that their players are not at all experienced actually playing a 2020 match on an international forum, not within each other. It was on an international forum. So it was a big decision for them to select the right kind of team players. So what the management decided, the management goes for a small meeting and they decide, we will take up a combination of seniors and juniors. So that seniors with their experience, juniors with their daring attitude put together, we can form a comfortable team. Even the management was not actually confident that, I am talking about confidence building, they were also not confident that these people are at least going to reach the semi-finals. Forget about finals and winning the World Cup. Quarter final if they reach, or if they actually get through the first surviving round only, they felt the team is very successful. So they had to select from the senior players, few players and a captain, from the juniors, few players. What they do, they announce for a small meeting, and in one room all the junior players are there, in another room all the senior most players are there. When the coach or the management who need to select the team, when they come and they announce this, now we need to select for 5 of the senior players, and then we would also select 5 of the junior, 5 to 6 of the junior players, we will assemble them and then we will send them as a team. Before that we have the difficult task, we need to choose a captain. And a small announcement goes, who would like to be the captain? None of the senior players raised their hands. Sourav Ganguly told, I don't want to be a part of a team, it's a youngsters game, let youngsters go. Rahul Dravid told, I have never captained, you cannot expect me to captain. So I'm not going to be a part of a team also. It's a youngsters game, let youngsters play. And Harbhajan was quite experienced. He told, I've never been successful as a captain. Please don't expect me to be a captain. Tendulkar says, I will play, but captain and me has never been a cup of a tea for me. I have always failed miserably when I was captain because I could not handle the pressure. Confidence should be high when you are a captain. So none of them want to be a captain, and many of the senior players say they don't want to be a part of a team. Now, when they come to the juniors team, now they had to select not only the players, they also had to select a captain. So what they do, just to throw a challenge, they say, we have already selected the senior team and we have already selected the captain, which we are going to announce it tomorrow. In case if I need to select one of the junior person as a captain, who would like to captain? The moment the question was fired, one hand raises from the last bench. He was sitting there. And he was Dhoni. Oh Dhoni, captain करेगा? हाँ, जीत के आओगा? जरूर जीत के आऊँगा. Look at his confidence. He says जरूर जीत के आऊँगा. Confident. He was very, very confident, and he knew, and he exhibited that confidence. You will have to exhibit that confidence. The more confidence you can exhibit, the more you have already won the match. 80%, 20% is only the playing. And they just asked, he just told, there was no looking back. They say, okay, इस बार आपको ये कैप्टन बनाया जाएगा, ठीक है? Okay. He did not even think twice. All others were there. They could have raised their hand. None of them raised their hand. This person's confidence was high. He raised his hand. The first match they lose. When they lose the first match, every paper is going to speak about how bad the team selection was. And that message goes to Dhoni also. Dhoni did not care. The loudest way to tell the world shut up is to show results. I know if I show results, all of them will stop speaking about him. So he kept mum, and he was only projecting how we can win the next match. And they go for the next match, they win. After that, they never lose a match. Only the first match was lost. And after that, there was no looking back. The confidence of Dhoni was so high that he becomes the first. Again, immediately after the 2020 win, he was also given a chance to become a one-day international captain. He took it and he executed it beautifully, and then he was also offered a test captain. He took it, he actually executed it beautifully. Again, I am telling you, the confidence that you exhibit is going to define your journey. So most of the time we say the belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. The confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. So come what may, hold that positive confidence. Most of us will miss out on that confidence because we think like everything is happening because of me. Most of us think everything is happening in this world because of me. Let me tell you, nothing is happening because of you. Everything is happening because of him. He and you put together, miracles are possible. When you forget he is there in you, that is where when you lose out on the team, when you lose out on your confidence. Your confidence is not forgetting whatever happens is there in you. Let me go with this full faith. That is the confidence what you will have to hold. The confidence, the belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey is going to define the journey. Never forget that he is there in you. He is always there in you. The day you forget he is there in you, then you need confidence, you need external pumping. When you know he and you put together, miracles are possible. What is that is not possible when he and you put together? So that confidence level you will have to execute. That is what we are going to speak about when we talk about confidence. Most of the time, those who actually have faith in God, you have seen these are the people who have actually exhibited amongst things in life. They have always exhibited amongst things in life. When we talk about any kind of a scientist, any kind of a professor or any kind of a leader, they always believe that he and me put together, miracles are possible. That is what we say confidence. You will have to execute that confidence. So when we talk about where is confidence required, most of the time we don't believe that everything is happening because of him. That is when we require an external pumping of confidence. So what we say, the belief or the confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey is going to define the journey. Let us believe in that. Let us actually have confidence in myself that I can do it. When I believe in this, automatically results will pour in. When I don't believe in that, results will start dropping. So that Dhoni, when he made this choice, that come what may, I am going to win, he knew it is going to be a challenge. He knew his life is going to be with ups and downs. But he was daring enough to say, come what may, मैं जीत के ही दिखाऊंगा, and that fate helped him to win match over match, match over match, match over match, and there was no looking back. Till today, when we talk about the greatest captain of the Indian team, it is always going to be Mahendra Singh Dhoni only. The number of matches won by him is very high compared to his previous. It could be Sourav Ganguly compared to his previous Azharuddin, or compared to his previous when we talk about our Kapil Dev. So when we look at all this, the number of matches won by actually Mahendra Singh Dhoni was very high. So how do you work on these exercises? So let me speak about a little bit of confidence building exercises. See, whenever, what time is the break, sir? 11 o'clock, na? See, when we talk about the confidence, our confidence will be shaken up only when we see hurdles coming through. When we see a lot of hurdles or following through, we will start losing our confidence. We will start losing our belief system. There is a famous wordings that is being told, the confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. So always you will have to act confidence. The more confidence you act, automatically confidence will pour in. The more non-confident you act, the non-confident will pour in. It is very easy to demotivate anybody. Come, somebody walks in, I just look at him, he's looking very handsome, he's looking very active. I look at him, what's wrong with you? You're looking so tired. All of you also look at him and you say, yeah, you're looking so tired, what's wrong with you? The person who had come with his chest up, the moment all of you say, you're looking tired, he becomes like this. And few of them will say, were you not keeping well? Is there something wrong with you? Are you suffering from some disease? He will become like this. Because the kind of negatives what we have thrown onto him. For somebody to always stand confidence, the confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey, he should not give up on his confidence. He should say, nothing is wrong with me. I'm fine. Hey, we were just maybe making a joke out of you. Please come, have your seat. That is the confidence level we will have to set. Most of the time, we reciprocate somebody says, are you looking tired? I'm going to ask myself this question. Am I really looking tired? Maybe I'm really looking little tired. You start pouring that tiredness onto you. When you start pouring that tiredness onto you, it automatically happens. It's very easy to make somebody unhappy. I think you're not feeling comfortable today, and slowly you will start feeling, I'm really not feeling comfortable today. So shall we postpone the classes? Yes, we will postpone the classes. So the confidence building activity, that is where a leader will come into picture. A leader will have to execute the belief or the confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey is going to define the journey. When you look at any of these great personalities, all of us are a product of their belief system. Because all of us believed we can. See, when we talk about this Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, when he was thrown out of that compartment of the train, just like he was a street dog, he had only two thought processes in his mind. One, I should bounce back and fight against these Britishers so deeply that I am going to not only chase the Britishers out of South Africa, I will also chase them out of India. And he really did that. That is the belief system he had. And one more thought process also come. I don't want to live any longer. I'll commit suicide. Enough of my living. So he started experiencing two kinds of thought process. One is, I don't want to live, and one more is, come what may, I'm going to chase the Britishers not only out of South Africa, even out of India, that work. So the confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. Whenever you start your day early in the morning, you will have to exhibit that confidence. And when you start with this confidence, miracles are going to happen. But if you get in only saying, maybe I will win, maybe I will not win, you will definitely not win. So that confidence will have to be executed. That lady believed she will make sure that people around her will live in dignity. When I'm talking about Mother Teresa, when it was leprosy and there were people dying on the streets of Calcutta, nobody was there to even take care of those patients. They were simply thrown out and not being taken care. That is how we handled our leprosy epidemic. But during the COVID, they were expecting the same thing will happen. When a patient is sick, they thought they are going to be taken and they are going to be thrown out and the doors will be closed. That did not happen. When they were sick, they were taken, they were put inside and doors were closed and supplies were given. That is how the beauty of the entire humanity changed. What everybody was anticipating, India will suffer miserably because India did not have the right leadership to handle leprosy when we were in a pandemic or a situation of leprosy. We did not handle. There were people dying on the streets of every city. They were helpless, they were not taken care of. That inhuman treatment was exhibited during those days. So people were anticipating same thing will happen under the leadership of Modi ji. Modi ji told nothing doing. If somebody needs assistance, we will put him inside and we will go outside. So the house was quarantined, everybody was put inside and the supply was given to them, or they were isolated into a new place and separate places were taken. They were not left on the streets. None of the patients were left on the street. That is what was anticipated. That is the confidence in which how our Prime Minister Narendra Modi acted. Yes, he did a lot of things in order to build confidence. He told we are going to make noise. It was a beautiful way of bringing everybody together. We are going to light a diya. It was a beautiful way of bringing everybody together. All these executions were required to tell them we are united. So the belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. The belief had to be set right. Modi sir told, come what may, we know it is going to be a big problem for us because COVID is going to hit us very badly and we are going to face it together. So the belief that you hold at the beginning of this COVID facing situation together is going to define the journey. Today also many of the books writes the way India has handled what we call COVID. I think it is going to be an example for the world to remember, because what they were anticipating, just like what is happening in China, people are dying left, right corner, the same thing would have happened in India. That is what they thought. During the time of leprosy, the bodies were lying on the streets of Calcutta. That was how horrible the situation was. The government was completely out of control. They could not handle. The same thing is going to happen in India. That is what was anticipated. And India will beg for medicines to the outside world. That is what was anticipated. But the different thing happened. India started giving medicine to the outside world and the maximum manufacturing of medicines only happened in India. So the entire system changed. So the belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. So our Prime Minister Modi had to build that simple confidence in every one of us, telling together everybody can achieve more. And in the same manner, the public volunteered. When he told we will go for a lockdown, the entire public went for a lockdown. When he told the vaccination is the only way by which we can improve our immune system, a vaccination was taken, knowing that vaccination is indirectly taking the virus inside. When this was known and people started taking, because earlier people were not that knowledgeable. What they thought was when a vaccination was given, it is a cure for the disease. They did not know a vaccination is the virus itself that is being infected into the body. It was difficult for most of them to understand. So this wrong news was spread. They are going to inject a virus inside. They are going to inject a virus inside. When a virus gets inside, it has to build a natural immune system. That did not happen in many of the other countries because they isolated themselves and they did not bring up that natural immune system. Why is China suffering now? Because they did not build up that natural immune system. What is natural immune system? When a disease comes, the body is capable of finding its own soldiers who are going to fight back. You will have to create your own soldiers. How long will you create outside soldiers to fight it? So that immune system was naturally imbibed, and today most of the Indians are prone to this immune system and they can easily fight back the COVID because that was initiated and it got widespread. But the same thing was not done in China. They were isolated, they were kept in closed walls. So that actually hit them back when this lockdown was released and everybody started coming. Now they are in a most difficult position because they are not able to naturally build up that immune system which we were capable of doing. So India has handled it better than anybody else. The world was saying India is going to suffer so India did not suffer. India did not let the neighboring countries also suffer. We actually manufactured COVID vaccines and Covaxin vaccines, and we started actually giving it to the outside world. There were a lot of antibiotics which was manufactured in abundance, and we started giving. And today the confidence level of India is as a master. We were not slaves. We were masters, and we told this is what can be done. So that lady believed that she could. India believed that she could make the people around her live in dignity. That was what Mother Teresa was. The ordinary boy next door becomes the greatest cricketer, Tendulkar. Look at his confidence. See, when we look at cricketing career, it was always taught, the belief system was, the confidence what we are talking about today, confidence building. We are always talking about a person who is short, he cannot become a cricketer. Especially he cannot become a test cricketer at all, because when he goes to the foreign pitches, every ball is going to be a bouncer, even for a person who is 6.5 feet. When we are talking about a short person like Tendulkar, many of his well-wishers and most of them so-called experienced cricketers, they told for a short man to make up his career in the field of cricket is highly going to be impossible. That too, as a batsman, is impossible. That is what people told. The loudest way to tell the world shut up is to show results, nothing doing. He started showing confidence. When the first time when Tendulkar used to come and when he used to bat, only the bowler used to be on the opposite side. The rest of them, 5 of them on the off side as a slip, for 5 of them on the leg side as a slip, they used to stand, because he was such a short man. Every ball on a pitch of the foreign used to bounce, and he could never touch any of the bouncers. And some of the balls, it used to come and hit him, and he used to get a lot of injuries. We have seen, if you look at some of the videos of bodyline against bodyline bowling against Tendulkar, you will see how Tendulkar was made to suffer by putting in multiple bouncers, throwing him a full toss, which he was not able to handle. Yes, all this happened. But whatever happens, he stood there, and he thought, come what may, I am not going to leave this pitch. The belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. He held on to that belief, come what may. When God and me put together, nothing is impossible. He stood. Slowly he started knocking, he started knocking, and days passed. There were 6 on this side, 5 on this side, wicket keeper and the bowler. Slowly 2 people had to move there because every time he was hitting. Slowly 2 people had to move there because every time he was hitting, and there was no looking back. When Tendulkar came, there never used to be any slip also, because Tendulkar was brilliant in playing the bouncers. Tendulkar was very brilliant in playing the Yorkers. So there was no mistake made by him at all. The loudest way to tell the world shut up is to show results. He started showing results. Confidence. He had to stay there confidently. He knew he may not gain that confidence by staying there for temporary time. He told, come what may, I have decided I am going to be a batsman. Whatever happens, I am going to stay there with confidence. If this ball is not, next ball I will stay with confidence. If this ball is not, next ball I am going to stay with confidence. He stood and he stood and stood and stood, and there was no looking back. He becomes the greatest cricketer. He was the only person who could hit 100 centuries in the career, which is highly impossible to even think. So, the belief that you hold, the confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey is going to define the journey. Ask yourself, what is your confidence? Most of the time your confidence comes down because what you think, everything is happening because of me. Always remember, nothing happens because of you and everything happens because of thy will. So, when you know that everything has to happen because of thy will, feel confident. He and you put together, miracles are possible. Don't be egoistic also, everything I will only achieve. The moment he is not there, you cannot do anything. Have that confidence and substitute that confidence with enough practice. You cannot become daring in order to come in front of the bullet and say, you fire me a bullet and nothing will happen because I am confident he is there. That is foolishness. I am not asking you to be that. Be confident enough to wear a bulletproof jacket and go against and try to face a war. If some of the bullets come and hit you, you have a bulletproof jacket, you are confident enough you are going to stay alive. Wear an helmet which is bulletproof, wear a complete mask which is bulletproof, and go and fight. Yes, that is how life has to be. Life has to be actually intelligently played. Cricket has to be intelligently played. Life has to be intelligently executed. Every decision that you need to execute has to be executed intelligently. That is what we say. All of us are product of our confidence. When will our confidence grow? When I challenge my confidence. Most of the time what we do, we don't challenge our confidence. We do what we did yesterday. How will your confidence grow? If I need to improve my confidence, I will have to do something which I did not do yesterday, something better than yesterday. When I do something better than yesterday, automatically my confidence keeps going, right? This is what all these people did. They challenged their yesterday. For Tendulkar to say, I am going to face the the bouncers without leaving this place, it was his confidence what he executed. When you hold on to that confidence, results will automatically pour in. For Mother Teresa to hold on to that belief, I can start enough hospitals. It was important. She had to hold on to that belief. And for that Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, for this Tendulkar, for this Mother Teresa. So you will have to hold on to that belief, come what may, that I am going to achieve. Slowly things will happen and you will be able to achieve those beautiful things. Now, when we look at all this, Henry Ford very beautifully says, if you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, you cannot. Most of the time, where have you failed? When you, before attempting only, you go there and say, I think I cannot. You have failed miserably there. Multiple times you would have failed. But when you go there, I think I can. With that confidence when you go, you can definitely win over it. Most of us fail miserably because we think we cannot. And when our confidence is low, God cannot fill the vessel of confidence which is low. That means you are holding on to a small container and expecting something, only you can fill that small container. If you are actually having a very large container, your confidence can be filled with a large container. So what we say is, God only fills the kind of a container that you hold. So when we say, I am not confident, God will only fill the container what you carry. It is raining outside. I say go and collect water. Few of you go with a spoon. You will only collect a spoonful of water. Few of you go with a mug. You will collect a mug full of container. There was one engineer, he builds up a very big lake and he wanted to collect as much water as possible, and he created a slope and a place where all the rainwater can be collected, and he could actually use that water for irrigation and for drinking purpose for the entire 100 villages surrounding the entire world. So what was the confidence? The confidence was he could fill that big container. So confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey is going to define your journey. You should ask yourself what kind of belief system you have, what kind of confidence you carry. All the people, were they strong enough? Was that barrister too strong enough? When you looked at him, he looked lean and mean. We did not know he was powerful. When you looked at Mother Teresa, she was lean and mean, and she did not look like she was a Wonder Woman. No, they were small people, but they held on to this belief system, they can do miracles. The belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey is going to define the journey. Can you hold on to this belief system, I can do miracle. When you hold on to this belief system, I can do miracles, miracles shall happen. If you go with this confidence, my ek run marunga to bahut hai, you will only hit 1 run and come back. Mujhe 200 touch karna hai, at least 150 you will reach. The confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey is going to define the journey. Every time a new opportunity is given, a new vertical is being given, your confidence will be low. Why? Your confidence is dependent on your previous experience. If you are doing something which you have done earlier, your confidence is high. If you are trying to do something which you have not done earlier, your confidence is low. That is where confidence building is required. If you can hold on to that confidence, miracles shall happen. But most of the time we lose out on that confidence. Why? We don't trust ourselves. We don't trust in Him. Sometimes we forget He is also not there. Why? There is nothing that you could do which He cannot do. When you forget He is not there in you, that is when your confidence drops. Everything till now, whatever you achieved, you know He and you put together, miracles are possible. The moment you forget that He is not there in you, you become weak. That you should not let go. The confidence that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. And what is the kind of vessel that you are carrying? That is very important. When we talk about Lokpal, all these people, they did not look very confident. Mother Teresa was a very ordinary teacher. She looked like any ordinary man. When we looked at Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, he was a lean man. He never used to wear even a shirt. He used to look like a half-dressed fakir. That is what the Britishers called. But they never anticipated this man is going to chase the Britishers not only out of South Africa, even out of India. He was responsible. So when we looked at all these people, they looked very simple, but they held on to their belief. So what we say, the belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey is going to define the journey. Whenever you start new, ask yourself what kind of belief system you are carrying. If your belief system is weak, talk to certain people who can put energy into those belief systems. When you go with the strong belief system, I shall do it, you shall do it. If you go with this belief system, I think I'm going to be out with the first ball only, I'm going to be out with the first ball only, you will be out with the first ball. When you hold on to the belief, people will ridicule you. What do you think? Gandhiji's points were not ridiculed? People ridiculed him. When Gandhiji told we are going to chase these Britishers out of India and we are going to use simple ahimsa to do it, people ridiculed him. Kya Babuji? आप अहिंसा मार्ग follow करोगे? Do you think it's going to work? They gave him a lot of advice, but he held on to his belief system. Most of us, what we do, we go with a strong belief system. When 2-3 people say it is not possible, you will give up. A person who is going to hold on to his belief system till the end is going to achieve success. Otherwise, what happens? You will start falling for everybody. There was this beautiful story, a father, son and the donkey. All of you have heard. When you start listening to everybody, you cannot follow anybody. You should listen to one and you should stick to that till the end. The belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey will define the journey. When this father, son and donkey, all three, when they were walking, they should have believed in this belief system. Come what may, all three of us will walk irrespective of what the outsider people say. If you believed in that, continue with the journey until you reach the destination. You cannot fall for everybody. As they were walking, few people looked at him and said, what kind of fools are these three? Donkey is always a fool. These two are also fool. One of them can sit, na? Father can sit, na? Father was sitting. He started walking a little bit ahead. Then there was another group. What kind of people are these? Look at his father. That young boy is walking such a long time. You should allow him to sit and he should be walking. Look at him. He started following them. The father changes and the son sits. They go a little ahead. There was another group of people. What kind of idiots are these? Both of them can sit on the donkey and go, na? And both of them were sitting on the donkey and they passed. There was another group who told, these are big donkeys and they are sitting on that small donkey. They are capable of carrying this donkey. Why are they not carrying? Instead, they are sitting like donkeys on the donkey. Then what they did, they get down and they start carrying the donkey. How long will you start falling for everybody? You should stick to somebody. And when you stick to somebody, when you consistently keep following it, that miracles are going to happen. He is going to bless you. Most of you older, but I can do this, I cannot do this, I can do this, I cannot do this. If you start confusing yourself and confusing God also, assuming you wanted to achieve something, and Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, all three have come and they wanted to bless you. They were about to say, bless you, you are thinking, I think I can do this. They were about to bless, immediately you say, I think I cannot do this. They were about to bless, again you say, I think I can do this. They were about to bless, you again say, I think I cannot do this. When you're keeping toggling, when you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. That is what happened with this, the father, son and the donkey. When we talk about your goals, when we talk about your achievements, it is your belief system. It has to stand for something. When you hold on to that belief system, miracles are going to happen. That is what Tendulkar did. He held on to that belief system irrespective of when people ridiculed him, telling a short man cannot become a batsman. He ridiculed. People also ridiculed Gandhiji's decision when he told, I am going to chase these Britishers, that too with only ahimsa. He told, highly impossible. When Mother Teresa told, I am going to start free hospitals, free treatment, not only in Calcutta, all across the globe, people told, Amma, start one clinic. You don't have enough money to start one clinic. And you are talking about you will build enough hospitals all around the world. Today, all hospitals come under the banner of missionaries of charity, most of the Christian hospitals. And definitely, there is a go in this by Mother Teresa. Thank you. It's 11 o'clock. We'll again meet at 11:30. Love you all so much. Wishing you most and more.
Yes.